Hi everyone, Kris Ashley here. So great to be back with you as always. So I'm really excited for today's video. It is the 5 reasons the law of attraction isn't working for you. And this is really what I teach in my book and my coaching programs. So I'm excited to share it with you here today. Hi, I'm Kris. When I was younger, I went through trauma that caused me to feel broken and lost. But my life changed after I had a spiritual awakening. Since then, I've dedicated my life to studying and learning from masters all around the world that have helped me to create a life of fulfillment and abundance beyond my wildest dreams. Now I'm dedicated to sharing everything I've learned so that you don't have to suffer for decades like I did. I've seen people's lives completely transform, and I share it all right here. I'm going to start out by making a radical statement. The beliefs you have about yourself and the world and the thoughts you think create the reality you live in. They quite literally shape the world you see around you, including the circumstances you find yourself in, the relationships you have with other people, your health, your success, and so much more. And by changing your mind and adopting a new set of beliefs and thoughts, you can completely transform all of these circumstances and the world at large around you. Now, this has proven true time and time again throughout my life, and I believe it so deeply in my core. I had a spiritual awakening when I was 17, and if you want to hear that story, I talk about it in another episode called The Moment That Led to My Spiritual Awakening, so go check it out. But for now, take a moment and just close your eyes. And I want you to imagine that you are the picture of health, love, joy, and happiness. You have a special someone in your life who is compassionate and loving and the perfect match for you. You are passionate about your work and you have a paycheck that makes you feel comfortable and secure. You're hitting all the personal and professional milestones that are important to you. You laugh a lot. You are surrounded by people who cheer you on, love you, and truly want the best for you. You have free time and enough money so that you can pursue any hobby that sparks your soul. You hold no grudges against anyone, and you've released any emotions or limiting beliefs that were holding you back in the past. You are at peace. You love your reflection in the mirror, and you feel confident in your own skin. Anytime a challenge comes your way, you know exactly what to do to handle it with grace and ease and spin it into something positive that ends up helping you out in the long run. When you look out at the world, you see fairness, harmony, and beauty. Life is good. Okay, open your eyes again. Does that sound like a description of your life right now? If it does, that is amazing, and I am so happy for you. If it doesn't, does it sound like something you want? How about, does it sound like something that you think you could have? Is there a little voice in the back of your head right now telling you that's impossible? No one can attain all of that, or at least not me. Or maybe your mind immediately jumps to all of the ways you are lacking, not worthy, or even suffering. So if it doesn't sound like your life right now, or you're thinking any of these thoughts that I just mentioned, don't worry, you are not alone. 3 out of 4 people report feeling lonely and disconnected, like they are just going through the motions in life and that it's happening to them, and they are not in control. These people report feeling powerless, stressed out, insecure, anxious, lonely, and or depressed. And they look at others whom life seems to come with ease to, and they wonder how it is that those people seem to get everything that they want. Some people feel like they're stuck in a rut, while others resolve to the fact that their life is just average and lacks the potential, maybe the opportunity to be extraordinary. Another 60% of people say they're dissatisfied with their work. 60% of people. So I could go on and on with the statistics, but to me the most important statistic at all, the most interesting one, is that psychologists estimate 70 to 90% of people's thoughts are negative and repetitive. So my life's work is about making the correlation between your thoughts and emotions and your current reality, and then teaching you how to make a shift. This is what my book is about. This is what all of my courses that I teach are about. I feel really passionate about this subject. Let me back up and just lay some things out for you. The law of attraction is a universal law that says you will attract into your life whatever you focus on, right? When you focus your energy and attention on what you want rather than what you don't want, you will attract that thing to you. Now, the key to using the law of attraction is emotion, right? The reason this works is that we have to match the frequency of the thing we want. In other words, we can't create our new life if we're working at the same frequency of the life we have now. And the universe is kind of like the Facebook algorithm. Whatever you get emotional about, whatever you put your attention on, it thinks you're interested in and it sends you more of, for good or for bad. And we are so lucky that we live in this age of information where all of this spiritual knowledge is easily attainable at our fingertips. It's kind of a precedent in time and history. And I love books and movies like The Secret, right, that taught the law of attraction to the masses. It's helping in this worldwide awakening of consciousness that we're experiencing. But there are some fundamental things that all of these other books and films and well-meaning coaches are missing out on. So the law of attraction does not work unless you implement these 5 things. Because if you haven't done all of the 5, you'll stay stuck. Now, you might get partway there, but ultimately your manifesting is going to be blocked. Now, the 3 big things that pretty much every person wants to improve in their life are their relationships, their money, and their health. You're not going to get any of these things unless you start working on them collectively and you begin to understand how they're all connected. They're all intertwined. And that's what these 5 steps are going to help you with too. The way to get better health is the same way to get more money and great relationships. If you want great relationships, you need to have the skill set to be able to get more money and better health. And likewise, if you want to be able to get more money, you need to learn how to get better health and relationships. Because again, these three things are all connected together because the same system that allows you to get one allows you to get all of them. Okay? So that's what these 5 steps are going to help with. And the 5-step framework that I teach people is 1, you have to reframe your story. 2, you have to release your repressed emotions. 3, you have to forgive people in your life and yourself. 4, you have to visualize your dream life. And 5, you have to change your perspective. Now, these 5 steps are imperative, whether you're trying to manifest wealth and abundance, change your health, or simply get a romantic partner with whom you have an amazing connection. So it's going to start to make sense why these 5 steps as I dive in. So let's just dive into the first one. The first one is reframe your story. So this is about changing the way you view circumstances of your past and of your present moment. Essentially, you need to get out of the victim mentality and stop blaming other people and events for your suffering. Because every adversity, every heartbreak in life offers something that you can learn. So this step is about learning to see the lesson in everything and then growing from it. Now, more often than not, we focus on the past and the past and the future, so we miss the present moment. If your thoughts about the past are ones of anger or other low vibration emotions, this will bring these emotions into the present and manifest more things that make you feel that way into your life. So only 5% of your life, you are creating what you want. The other 95% of your life is coming from your subconscious programming. And when you don't rewrite that programming, it controls your life on a subconscious level, no matter how good your intentions are and how hard you try. You are sabotaging yourself 95% of the day. So no matter how much you manifest, no matter how much you write positive mantras or affirmations, unless you unlearn the conditioning that is keeping you stuck in the first place, you're not going to get what you want. So number 2 is release repressed emotions. So emotions are energy and can be powerful, but when we push them down, they don't have anywhere else to go but into our body, right? Where they become stuck and they become repressed emotions. And this energy doesn't just disappear, it stays there, right? It blocks the natural flow of energy in our bodies. It causes our muscles to tense up, and it either turns into pain, disease, which is dis-ease, right? Or it bubbles up to the surface at inappropriate times and in inappropriate ways. You have to release your repressed emotions, or all of that anger, heartbreak, frustration, guilt, shame, fear, and anxiety will unconsciously drive your life and seep into your manifesting. Are you starting to see the pattern here? So however old you are is pretty close to how many years of repressed emotions you probably have. Number 3 is forgiveness. So forgiveness isn't about the other person, it's for you. It's not for the other person, it's for you. And there's this great Buddhist quote I love that sums it up really well. It says, holding on to anger is like holding on to a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Now, this is not about excusing anyone's behaviors. It is merely reframing your perspective on the perceived wrongdoings of yourself and the people in your life, right? To allow you to forgive and release your anger, your hurt, your resentment, your guilt, and your sadness, so that you can then heal and flourish and live up to your fullest potential. Because again, if your lens is one of anger, then that is how you will interpret events around you. It's how you'll interact with others, and it's what you'll project out onto the world. And that anger will eat away at you, causing you harm, right? Eventually, possibly in the form of disease, probably in the form of disease, because it is poison, and holding onto poison only causes you harm. The next step is visualize your dream life. So those of us who are in the personal development space might think this one is really obvious, but shockingly, only 1% of the population writes down their goals. Now imagine you're skiing or whitewater rafting or anything else where you have to dodge obstacles. If you're focusing on what you don't want to hit, you're going to inevitably hit that. In the same way, most people focus on what they don't want instead of what they do. And what you focus on becomes your reality, right? It's, what's that saying? Where energy goes where energy flows where attention goes. Last one is change your perspective. And this is the most important one yet, because if you can change your mind about who you really are and the nature of reality, then it will send ripple effects through the rest of your life, through every area of your life. This is the absolute secret to healing, improving, reinventing yourself, and creating lasting change in your life. This is where the study of quantum physics, of NDEs, of past life regressions, of energy work, of meditation, of all this comes in, right? Because if you start to understand that the reality around you is truly moldable and malleable, then you really believe that you can achieve or have something, like in your core, you believe it without a doubt, then you will create it. You will manifest it into your life. Now, I could talk about this stuff all day because I totally geek out about it, but I am running out of time for today. If you want to learn more about it, I have a coaching program where I deep dive into each one of these, and I teach you precise exercises and tactics to heal and grow on all of these different levels. You can head over to krisashley.net/courses to check it out. Or is that /? Either way, /courses. I also talk about it a lot in my book, which is available for pre-order on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It's called Change Your Mind to Change Your Reality, How Shifting Your Thinking Can Unlock Your Health, Your Relationships, and Your Peace of Mind. I would love for you to go pre-order it. You can also find the link in the comments section. And then just be sure to like this video, give it 5 stars, share it, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Follow me on social media. I'm at Change Your Mind with Kris on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, at Change Your Mind with Kris Ashley on Facebook. And thank you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Appreciate you all.